Hey guys, it's yours truly, the Dark Queen, and it's been forever since I've done like a video. And my apologies, it's been a while, but I've had a lot of stuff going on, had a lot of events this last month in September. October, I'm trying to tone it down to enjoy the Halloween spirit truly for what it is. But yeah, that is jazz in the background. I love jazz. Jazz is one of my favorites. Classic jazz. We're talking the Frank Sinatra, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday. I mean, I'm one of those. Peggy Lee. I'm one of those people. And but I saw Joker, and a lot of people were like, "This is an achievement. This is something that we will only get to see in our lifetime." And I looked at this film, and going in, I kind of figured this was going to be a very Taxi Driver film, even before Alamo Drafthouse started, making those particular comments. And we had seen, I had shown my brother Taxi Driver, which is a phenomenal film. Was way ahead of its time, and Joker wasn't that. And people were calling it that, but it's not. And I'm one of these people that just, as I've gotten older, I've allowed myself to really kind of relish films entirely and appreciate films, especially me taking a crack at, directing film, writing film, and stuff like that, even if it was super small time. And for me, like, the whole thing was that people were like, it's a masterpiece, it's so masterful. But this is Joaquin Phoenix. He can basically, his acting talent is, at a Christian Bale level. And, me personally, I know what he's capable of. So, this was definitely, a film that allowed him to go full range, if you will. And the story, like, people were still so like debating on what's going on. And for me, my interpretation could be completely off on this, but I have a pretty good chance that if we look at the news and we look at society right now, nothing is fucking happening, and that is a good thing. I really thought that this might start a particular revolution as far as that. You got purge people who are like, the purge will happen. You have a lot of people just trying to get out all of these crazy emotions. But at the end of the day, this narrative of Joker, I feel, is actually going to help society. The best way for me to, I try to look at the breakdown. I like to look at the statements of what the director basically said. And he's like, it's open to your interpretation. Well, my interpretation of this was that we have a lot of men and women who try to channel the whole Heath Ledger is my sort of spirit animal in the Dark Knight. And this was so anti that. It really was. And, for me, I think it helps a lot of kids that are lost right now, that are saying, I feel the ledgerness in me. And they say, I'm going to go see the new Joker movie. And that just literally turns them off to any sort of taking any sort of, actions that they may regret. And so I was just like, I was astounded by watching this movie. It took a while for me to digest it. I mean, it's so sad. And it's like a whole, like, depression commercial, but it's very dramatic. Some of the music selection is on point. Some of the other music selection, you should have talked to somebody, because it could have been at Taxi Driver level, but it wasn't. And I'm going to be honest there. I think some of the music we should have had some major, like, classical, maybe concertos that haven't really been, that are known but haven't really been used in film. I think that definitely would have amped it up a little bit more. But the acting was on point. The directing, sometimes it drug out. I'm like, okay, he's dancing, It's been like 3 minutes, guys. Can we get to the story? But at some point, uh, there's a lot of potential Easter eggs in this film that I'm just like, I don't know. I wasn't like so crazy fascinated with it. Like as far as like the Easter eggs and really trying to dive deeper into it. We sat with some friends and they were just picking all this up and they're like, I think I need to see it again to, but at the end of the day, we know Joker is, reality is always questionable. That's what I'll say, so I don't spoil it for some of you. And but yeah, the overall message that I took was, for all these kids that, may or may not have had things happen to them and they want to just rebel and do terrible things. And you watch this movie thinking, I'm going to see a crazy, beyond the ledger. Yeah. You watch the whole movie and you're just like, hey, it's like one of those commercials. You just drank a V8. You just had the macaroni and cheese with the serving of full vegetables. How do you like that, son? How do you like that? You like that? Did it taste good? Was it cheesy enough for you? Was that V8 tomatoey enough for you? Were you almost at that Bloody Mary level? Because, son, you got served some vegetables today. That's right. All these people that, they're just like, you don't understand me. I'm so much like the Joker. I love chaos. La 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 la. No. This film was to remedy that. It is like a nicotine patch. Even though some people were like, I got turned on to smoking in this movie. So does every other black and white movie. People are smoking, looking cool, and whatever. But that doesn't matter. What matters is a film like this is getting us, hopefully, to progress. Where people are saying, I'm idolizing somebody that says, I need fucking help. Oh, whoa! Now we're talking, because then that individual is going to say, well, I look up to so-and-so. He just said he needs to do this. Maybe I need to do that. Wow. Amazing. Amazing how I'm thinking that Joker may actually help people. And I think the director doesn't want to say much because he knows he doesn't want to be the parent that says, hey, I put some broccoli in the bread. Hope you don't notice. But, overall, I liked it. It was a subtle kind of film. Not too... I don't know. I wasn't looking for Christopher Nolan in this movie. And I sure as heck didn't get my personal, satisfaction that I saw a Tim Burton film with Michael Keaton. And that's a Joker. And it's so iconic and, signatory. No, there's nothing about that in this. This is very... very indie and its own little world, if you will, and you appreciate it for what it is, and that's what I did. But I'm not crazy. I'm overall in love with the concept of them trying to get people who think that they can channel or that they look up to an individual that is this chaos and bad boy and blah blah blah, but then you realize that there's a person under there who has particular needs and may have an illness, and that person, they're gonna have to then look at the mirror and say, hey, what's going on there? Better call the doctor. But that's where I'm at. It was a good movie. It was an okay movie. People were saying a masterpiece. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe it's because I saw Michael Keaton descend from the raptors, from the darkness. But no, I don't think it's that. I think... Thank you. Whew. I don't know. It's such a sad Joker. You're just at the end of the day, you're like, that's why Batman doesn't kill him. Sad boy. As far as that. And, for me, I'm gonna tell you about my world. My world, I'll tell you right now. Like, I have people at MonsterCon that are people that, sometimes I have like weird people that follow me sometimes, and I have people that follow me at certain conventions like MonsterCon or Comic-Con, and I try to be as cordial or whatever. I'm a real cool person, but like if you do weird things, like tell me to friend you, and then I unfriend you because you're just weird, you're sending me weird messages, and then you tell me at a convention to add you in front of you. Yeah, these are weird, awkward situations. Like, it's always like either I have weird, like, horror, like, stalkers, or I have specific stalkers for when I cosplay. And that seems like it's a crazy, like concept, right? Because I've gained weight and I'm like, you know what? Nobody's gonna bother me. But still, it's like I get weird, crazy, creeper guys who are like, I channel Batman or I channel Joker. Like, hello, Crystal. And it's really weird. I get stalkers like that idolize Joker and say there is no John. One of them's name was Philip, and he was like a creeper guy. He's like, there is no Philip, there's only Joker. I don't understand why women won't like message me. And he would message me on Facebook, and then he'd message me on Instagram, and he would say I don't exist anymore, it's only Joker. And then I'd also get like guys that are like, oh, I'm like Bruce Wayne. Like, they're so obsessed with Batman, or they're so obsessed with Joker. I don't know what the hell, it's not like I've ever dressed up like Catwoman or Poison Ivy where I would attract these sort of people. Yes, there's a lot of creeper in San Antonio, Crystal. Oh my God, you have no idea. Like, I kid you not, today, I'm telling you about the guy that, like, I unfriended because he was creeping me out. And then I see him at Ross today. I'm in the women's shoes department. Not to say that there's anything wrong with the guy being in women's shoes, but I unfriended him, and then he's just like, yeah, And for a certain period of time, I was not under my real name on Facebook. I'm back to being Jessica J. Herrera on Facebook, but for a while I took a break. I was trying to like not get in contact with certain individuals like that, so I changed my name. So now he can't find me, and then I blocked him permanently. But it's stuff like that where it's just like, but I tend to get a lot of guys that are just like crazy creepers that are either working like some of my friends work security, and that's totally cool. I definitely have appreciation for guys. Like, some are like completely harmless, but then there are just some that are just like, I watch your videos overnight during work, and I'm like, what do you say to that? And it's like, my friend's like, dude, you're gonna get abducted like in P2, and I'm like, I don't know, man, I'm gonna put up a fight. And that ever happens. But yeah, I get a lot of guys who work at night, and then I get a lot of guys who basically either identify as Joker or Batman. Like, serious levels of calling their car the Batmobile, calling themselves the Joker. I'm like, I mean, I love Batman. At some point I was just like, ugh, why? But who knows why. But that's a little bit about myself. But if I always definitely appreciate my fans that come out to meet me and stuff like that. That's always a great thing. Just as long as people are just being civil, it's totally cool. But yeah, those are the sorts of things that I really try not to get out there too much. But I don't like to be a crybaby, and I don't want to be somebody like a glutton for attention. Like, I haven't posted in forever, right? But yeah, for me, I was just like, this movie was okay. I was okay with the Joker. It wasn't like a phenomenal film that blew my mind, that said, wow, this is like Gone with the Wind, beyond Taxi Driver, beyond any film like that was just so dynamic. It was it was a good film, you know. It was really depressing though. If you can take a lot of depressing shit like Flowers in the Attic kind of shit, like I guess you'll really like Joker. But you know, I appreciated the overall subjective, you know, thing where people are brought to their own awareness of them maybe needing help indirectly, that we're gonna say based off the director. But I'm still debating on whether or not I should do an analysis on another clown film. But then again, I don't want to be served. And this is a film called Clown House. I may or may not talk about that, you know, psychological interpretation, my own interpretation that I, you know, indirectly foresaw. That and Jeepers Creepers. I think that would be a cool collaboration. But I'm still debating because that's a pretty creepy topic. But nonetheless, thank you for catching up. I definitely will be posting videos. I might just go live. Who knows? It's October, guys. Let's enjoy October for what it is. I am actually taking like 2 weeks off. I feel pretty amazing doing that. Like back to back events. Oh my God. I was eating like takeout every single day and it was driving me nuts. But, you know, all I will say is let's talk about horror. Maybe let's get into some anime because I might be reviewing some My Hero. Like seriously, some of that stuff is scary. Like I don't care what anybody says. Hello, Dr. Coconut. That is a really cool name, Dr. Coconut. That actually sounds kind of delicious and intelligent. I don't know. There's just something about it. Dr. Coconut. Calling Dr. Coconut, Dr. Coconut. But other than that, I will catch you guys later. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.